Often referred to as the Big Easy, New Orleans is a city that embodies resilience and embodies a captivating mix of history, culture, and architecture. Its vibrant atmosphere and diverse population make it an ideal setting for the next installment of the Fallout series. In this video, we will delve into the reasons why New Orleans would be the perfect location for a Fallout game and why it will provide players with an immersive and unforgettable post-apocalyptic experience. One of the most compelling aspects of New Orleans is its tumultuous history, marked by natural disaster and human-induced calamities. The aftermath of Hurricane Katrina and the devastating BP oil spill have left lasting scars on the city, creating an eerie backdrop for a Fallout game. Picture yourself wandering through the streets of the French Quarter, once lively and bustling, now overgrown with vegetation and teeming with mutated creatures. The juxtaposition of the city's iconic landmarks and desolation of a post-apocalyptic world would be visually stunning and emotionally impactful. Venturing beyond the city limits, the swamps and bayous that surround New Orleans would provide a treacherous and mysterious environment for the players to explore. Imagine navigating through murky waters infested with the colossal alligators mutated by radiation, or fending off swarms of ferocious mutated mosquitoes. The dangers lurking within these untamed regions would add a sense of tension and excitement to the gameplay, offering players a thrilling and unpredictable experience. Beyond the physical landscape, New Orleans boasts a cultural tapestry like any other. From its world-renowned jazz music to its mystical voodoo practices, the city's cultural richness would offer a wealth of storytelling opportunities in a Fallout game. As you transverse through the ruins of the city, you might stumble upon a group of survivors who have come together to form a makeshift jazz band, using salvaged instruments crafted from scrap metal and old pipes. The haunting melodies echoing through the dilapidated streets would evoke a sense of melancholy and beauty amidst the chaos. Delving deeper into the city's mystical side, encountering a group of voodoo practitioners harnessing the power of radiation to conjure spells would add a supernatural and mysterious element to the game. These voodoo practitioners might possess unique abilities derived from their understanding of the interplay between magic and radiation, creating an intriguing faction for players to interact with or potentially join. Of course, we can't overlook the mouth-watering cuisine that defines New Orleans. Creole and Cajun dishes are known worldwide for their bold flavours and fusion of diverse culinary traditions. In a Fallout game set in New Orleans, players would have the opportunity to discover mutated versions of these iconic dishes, resulting in strange concoctions that reflect the post-apocalyptic world. Imagine stumbling upon a dilapidated restaurant where survivors serve gumbo made with mutated crustaceans or beignets filled with glowing green goo. Exploring the twisted evolution of New Orleans cuisine would not only provide a unique gameplay element, but also adds a touch of dark humour to the overall experience. In conclusion, New Orleans possesses all the essential elements to make it an outstanding location for Fallout 5. Its rich history, unique culture, and captivating mix of old and new offer an immersive setting that would resonate with both fans of the series and newcomers alike. From navigating the overgrown streets of the French Quarter to encountering voodoo practitioners and indulging in mutated culinary delights, New Orleans would provide a post-apocalyptic adventure that is both thrilling and thought-provoking. So let your imaginations run wild as we envision the possibilities of Fallout 5 in the hauntingly beautiful and culinary vibrant city of New Orleans. With its rich history, iconic architecture, and diverse neighbourhoods, Chicago would provide an exceptional setting for a Fallout game. The city's unique blend of urban landscapes, cultural significance, and potential for storytelling would offer an immersive experience for players. From the towering skyscrapers of the Loop to the decaying ruins of the industrial districts, Chicago's post-apocalyptic version would deliver a compelling narrative and engaging gameplay environment. In this video, we will explore the reasons why Chicago would make a great Fallout game. Chicago is renowned for its iconic landmarks and stunning architecture, which would translate seamlessly into a Fallout game. The devastated remnants of the landmarks like the Wills Tower and the Art Institute of Chicago would create hauntingly beautiful settings. Players would navigate through the dilapidated streets, scavenging for supplies amidst the backdrop of the city's distinctive architecture style. The blend of the classic modern structures would offer a visually captivating and unique post-apocalyptic experience. Chicago is also known for its diverse neighbourhoods, each with its own distinct character and culture. This diversity would translate into a variety of factions within the Fallout game. From the fortified settlements of Lincoln Park to the lawless territories of the South Side, players would encounter a range of groups with conflicting interests and alliances. Exploring these neighbourhoods and interacting with their inhabitants would add depth to the narrative, allowing players to shape the outcome of the game through their choices and actions. The industrial history of Chicago provides a wealth of opportunities for an immersive wasteland setting. The remnants of manufacturing plants roads, rail yards and warehouses would offer vast expanses of exploration and scavenging. The decaying structures and abandoned machinery could serve as battlegrounds or hideouts for hostile creatures and factions. The post-apocalyptic version of Chicago would present players with a visually striking and desolate wasteland, ripe with hidden secrets and untold stories. Chicago's rich history, intertwined with events of national importance, would lend itself well to the lore of a Fallout game. From the Prohibition era to the rise of organised crime, the city has a fascinating past that could be incorporated into the game's narrative. Historical landmarks and artifacts could hold clues to unravelling mysteries or reveal hidden caches of valuable resources. The incorporation of Chicago's history would add depth and authenticity to the game, captivating players with its blend of fact and fiction. The city's reputation for harsh weather, with frigid winters and intense storms, would provide an additional layer of challenge and immersion in a Fallout game. Blizzards, extreme temperatures, and occasional tornadoes could pose a threat to the player, forcing them to find shelter or adapt their strategies. The dynamic weather system would not only enhance the gameplay mechanics, but also contribute to the overall atmosphere, making the post-apocalyptic Chicago feel more alive and unpredictable. In conclusion, Chicago's unique combination of iconic landmarks, diverse neighbourhoods, industrial ruins, historical significance, and challenging weather conditions make it an ideal setting for a Fallout game. The city's distinct character would offer players a captivating and immersive experience, allowing them to explore a post-apocalyptic version of Chicago whilst unravelling its secrets and shaping the fate of its inhabitants. From the architectural wonders turned into ruins to the vibrant factions vying for control, Chicago's incarnation would present players with a richly detailed world to discover and conquer. We've never seen San Francisco, as far as I'm aware, mentioned at any point anywhere in Fallout lore. So I think it'd be really interesting to take a dive into waters unknown and explore a brand new city and setting within the Fallout universe. The grandeur of San Francisco's iconic landmarks stands undiminished even in the face of devastation. Transplanting these symbols of human achievement into the Fallout universe metamorphosizes them into more than just structures. They become the linchpins of the player's journey. The majestic span of the Golden Gate Bridge, now corroded and fragile, bridges the chasm between familiarity and the unknown. So you could have a DLC that is further over the bridge once it's been sort of maybe rebuilt or had some sort of botch job done to it. I wouldn't necessarily say that you'd have a battle over Golden Gate Bridge, because that'd be too similar to Fallout New Vegas, where you have a battle for Hoover Dam. Another iconic landmark that you could implement into the game would be Alcatraz Island. Once a bastion of isolation, transforms into a fortress of peril and possibility, offering not only visual splendour but also intricate gameplay challenges that test the limits of survival. So maybe you could have the game start there as like you're a prisoner within Alcatraz, and then at the start of the game you've got to escape because something goes wrong. Sort of similar to what it would be with the vaults, but instead of starting in a vault, start inside a prison. And they needn't look no further for any inspiration, because you could just go to Black Ops 2 Zombies and have a look at Mob of the Dead and the way that they set it up. I would say Blood of the Dead, but that was a bit more of a controversial map. But if you could sort of blend the two together, stick it into the Fallout universe, you've already technically got what looks like a Raiders camp. So with the fact that Microsoft already own Bethesda and they're more or less nailed on to now own Activision, it could be like an Easter egg that pays some sort of homage to that sort of era of gaming that everybody loved. Plus you could also throw a quest in there that was basically based on the Alcatraz escape, which would be pretty cool, either at the start of the game or partway through the game. The city's symbolic relationship with the tech industry in a pre-apocalyptic world seamlessly segues into a realm where advanced technology's remnants spark eerie life. So you could have like a Robco factory down there that are planning something massive, or a restructure of some form of the Institute and bring back synths, but they're worse and more deadly than the ones we knew from Fallout 4. But it could also prove to be a treasure trove of retro-futuristic gadgets. These vestiges of innovation become artifacts of both awe and terror, all while delving into the multifaceted implications of unchecked technological evolution on society and its aftermath. Now, I wouldn't want this to be a straight rip from Fallout 4. It could just be, literally, the synths don't even have to be a part of it. It could literally just be something to do with Robco. San Francisco's intricate history, coloured by innovation, cultural fervour, and relentless progress, serves as a tantalising wellspring from which the game's narrative could flow. The Gold Rush era and its vibrant, diverse population become threads interwoven into the fabric of the game's lore. I do think a delve into the Gold Rush era would be quite interesting within the Fallout universe. Obviously we've had something similar with Fallout 76 and having a Gold Rush event, so why not take the event and turn it into a whole thing within a brand new game. The jarring contrast between the city's historical grandeur and its post-apocalyptic decay opens a portal for an enthralling narrative experience where echoes of the past reverberate against the backdrop of a shattered future. San Francisco's idyllic facade is shattered by the post-apocalyptic reality, revealing a world rife with survival challenges. The city's unadulterated terrain, once picturesque, now stands as a formidable adversary. Players must navigate through treacherous slopes, unpredictable weather patterns, and contend with the scarcity of resources, forcing them to engage in adaptive thinking, strategic planning, and resourcefulness in the quest for survival. The city's multicultural populace, a vibrant mosaic of identities, traditions, and histories, become a wellspring of narrative potential. Characters, factions, and stories embody the fusion of cultures, their resilience amid chaos, and the complexities of community forging in the aftermath. This exploration of cultural diversity delves into the profound themes of identity, interwoven destinies, and the redefinition of norms, enriching the narrative tapestry with layers of emotional resonance and thought-provoking depth. San Francisco's geography, a patchwork of urban sprawl, verdant forests, unadulterating hills, and inviting coastlines, provides a symphony of settings for players to traverse. Each distinct locale harbours its unique tapestry of challenges, resources, and factions. This rich diversity elevates the gameplay experience, enabling players to make strategic decisions moulded by their surroundings. The city morphs into an expansive canvas where every corner, every hidden enclave, not that enclave unless there's going to be new lore added where they can be included in this, tells a tale of resilience, adaptation, and relentless pursuit of survival. But with diverse environments, that could mean that we finally get that underwater mission from Fallout 4 included in this. San Francisco is surrounded by water. It would just make absolute perfect sense to add this into the game. And while they're at it, could take some inspiration from BioShock. Not direct like for like with BioShock, because then they're going to face lawsuits and all sorts, and that's not what they want, but they could use BioShock as an inspiration. That concludes it for today's video. I do think San Francisco could make an absolutely amazing setting for a Fallout game. I don't think Bethesda will touch it. It's going to be more of an Obsidian thing because it's over that side of life, as everyone keeps telling me in the comments. Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing, but it just does make sense. Bethesda prefer to do East Coast, whereas Obsidian have done one West Coast game, and no one else seems to want to touch it. Well, I hope you like what you've heard. If you can agree with me that San Francisco would make a pretty good Fallout game, just let me know down in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. I do try and make an effort and get back to every single comment, whether it's I comment back or I like it or heart it. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned into The Fallout universe is known for its intricate world building, and Colorado presents a unique canvas for storytelling. The concept of Caesar's Legion expanding into the region adds a layer of complexity to the narrative. As players explore the aftermath of the Legion's presence, they encounter a landscape scarred by conflict and society grappling with the remnants of the brutal rule. This sets the tone for a game rich in tension, where rival factions vie for dominance, alliances are forged and broken, and the struggle for power takes centre stage. The tale of Legat Lanius' conquest of Colorado offers an opportunity to explore a dark chapter in the region's history. The game could delve into the impact of his rule on the populace, portraying a society scarred by violence and oppression. With Lanius no longer alive, the player becomes witness to the power vacuum left behind. This vacuum gives rise to factions with differing agendas, ranging from efforts to rebuild and restore order to those aiming to exploit chaos for personal gain. So in theory, you could include a small faction of people that agreed with what Lanius did or were brainwashed by what Lanius did, along with the Legion, and you want to rebuild the Legion from the ground up to retake Colorado in the name of the Legion. The inclusion of established factions like the NCR and the Brotherhood of Steel offers continuity and depth to the narrative. Players witness how these organisations have expanded their reach into Colorado, potentially clashing over territory and resources. The interplay between these factions introduces moral dilemmas where players must make choices that affect the world around them. These decisions could shape alliances, determine outcomes, and contribute to the overall narrative. Colorado's proximity to other Fallout locations like New California and the Mojave Wasteland opens the door to crossover events and references. These connections enrich the game's lore and provide a sense of continuity across the different titles in the series. Players may encounter characters, relics, or remnants from other regions, offering a sense of interconnectedness. A good example of this is Rex from Fallout New Vegas. Uncovering Rex's past as a police dog in Colorado creates an emotional anchor for players. This narrative thread allows players to delve into the personal histories of characters, bridging the gap between the pre-war world and the post-apocalyptic wasteland. Rex's journey from loyal police companion to cybernetic wanderer adds depth to his character and contributes to the player's exploration of the world's history. Colorado's diverse geography provides an immersive backdrop for gameplay. The towering Rocky Mountains, sprawling plains and urban ruins offer distinct challenges and opportunities. Players navigate through treacherous mountain passes, scavenge for resources in ruined cities, and uncover hidden bunkers buried beneath the earth. Each location presents unique obstacles, encouraging players to adapt their strategies and tactics. Colorado's harsh climate, resource scarcity, and unpredictable weather create a survival-centric gameplay experience. Players must meticulously manage their supplies, find shelter during harsh storms, and navigate through hazardous terrain. The survival aspect adds an additional layer of challenge, requiring the player to plan ahead and adapt to the environment. The integration of Colorado's pre-war history through holotapes, terminal entries, and environmental storytelling provides players with a deeper understanding of the world's lore. Through these narrative elements, players gain insight into the events leading up to the Great War, the struggles of the pre-war society, and the catalysts that shape the post-apocalyptic wasteland. The introduction of new mutated creatures specific to Colorado enhances the game's variety of adversaries. Players face off against mutated mountain wildlife, such as aggressive and resilient creatures adapted to the region's terrain. Additionally, remnants of Caesar's legion, now irradiated and mutated, pose a formidable threat, reminding players of the region's tumultuous history. Colorado's diverse cultural elements, such as Native American heritage and frontier history, could be woven into the fabric of the wasteland, similar to what we had with the Khans, really. Players interact with inhabitants who draw upon these cultural influences, adding depth and authenticity to world building. Exploring tribal societies, adapting to the local customs, and learning about the region's heritage become integral to the player's immersion. In summary, Fallout 5 set in Colorado weaves together a tapestry of historical intrigue, factional conflict, environmental challenges, and engaging characters. Players embark on a post-apocalyptic journey through a landscape shaped by Caesar's legion and the aftermath of Legate Lanius' rule, unraveling a narrative that encompasses personal stories, moral choices, survival mechanics, and cultural exploration. The resulting experience is one of immersion, exploration, and meaningful impact on a world in the midst of a rebirth and transformation. I think essentially with the Fallout 5 set in Colorado, you'd kind of getting a New Vegas too. I mean, I can see people agreeing 100% with what I've already said. I can see people also disagreeing with what I've said. But I do think Colorado would make sense for those who really enjoyed Fallout New Vegas and sort of bringing characters back from that game into the new game. I think it's got to the point where it's what the people want, so give them what they want. A city nestled in the picturesque Pacific Northwest region, Seattle possesses a wealth of unique characteristics that make it an ideal setting for a thrilling Fallout game. With its rich history, diverse landscapes, and iconic landmarks, Seattle offers an immersive and captivating environment that would undoubtedly captivate players. From the towering skyscrapers to the lush greenery of its surrounding areas, this city has the potential to provide an unforgettable post-apocalyptic experience. In this video, I'll explore the reasons why Seattle would be a perfect backdrop for a Fallout game. Seattle's urban landscape is characterized by its eclectic mix of architectural styles, ranging from modern high-rises to historical landmarks. The towering skyscrapers of downtown Seattle, including the iconic Space Needle, could be transformed into dilapidated ruins that have succumbed to the ravages of time and nuclear devastation. The city's intricate network of streets, tunnels, and underground spaces, such as the Seattle Underground, would offer endless possibilities for exploration, creating an immersive and expansive open-world experience. One of Seattle's most distinct features is its diverse climate and terrain, which would add depth and complexity to the game world. The region is known for its lush forests, rugged mountain ranges, and picturesque coastlines. Players could traverse dense forests teeming with mutated wildlife, navigate treacherous mountain passes infested with hostile factions, or scavenge for supplies along the desolate shores of the Puget Sound. The varied landscapes would not only provide breathtaking visuals, but also present unique challenges and opportunities for the players. The city's rich history and cultural significance will provide ample material for engaging storytelling in a Fallout game. The city's ties to technology, aerospace, and music industries could be integrated into the game's lore, creating a compelling narrative that reflects Seattle's real-world achievements. Players could encounter remnants of historic landmarks like Pike Place Market, or explore the abandoned headquarters of the renowned corporations, delving into secrets and mysteries of a bygone era. The incorporation of Seattle's historical and cultural elements would add depth and authenticity to the game world. As a major technological hub, Seattle's fictionalized version in a Fallout game could showcase advanced pre-war technology and its subsequent decay. The city could feature crumbling research facilities, hidden laboratories, and the remnants of high-tech companies that once thrived. Players could uncover long-lost technological wonders, salvage valuable resources, or confront the dire consequences of their misuse. This blend of advanced technology and post-apocalyptic decay would provide a compelling backdrop for the game's narrative and the gameplay mechanics. Seattle's diverse population and vibrant community would naturally lend itself to faction conflict, a recurring theme in the Fallout series. The city's various neighborhoods and districts could be inhabited by rival factions vying for control over resources, each with its own ideologies and agendas. Players could align themselves with different factions, making impactful choices that shape the game world and determine the fate of Seattle's survivors. The faction conflict would introduce intricate quest lines, moral dilemmas, and dynamic relationships, enhancing the depth and replayability of the game. Seattle is also renowned for its iconic landmarks and locations, which would serve as an immersive and recognisable setting within a Fallout game. From the futuristic ruins of the Space Needle to the historic Pike Place Market, players would navigate through a post-apocalyptic version of these sites, uncovering secrets, engaging in intense combat encounters, and discovering hidden treasures. The inclusion of these landmarks would not only provide a sense of familiarity, but also immerse players in a unique atmosphere of Seattle, creating an unforgettable gaming experience. To conclude, Seattle possesses a myriad of qualities that would make it an exceptional setting for a Fallout game. Its unique urban landscape, varied climate and terrain, rich history and culture, technological legacy, potential for faction conflict, and iconic landmarks offer boundless opportunities for an immersive storytelling and gameplay. By blending the distinctiveness of Seattle with the imaginative world building of the Fallout universe, players would be transported into a captivating narrative-filled exploration, combat, and choices that shape the destiny of this once thriving metropolis. A Fallout game set in Seattle would undoubtedly captivate players and stand as a testament to the enduring allure of this vibrant city. If you enjoyed that, please don't forget to like and subscribe. New York, the Big Apple. With its rich history, culture and iconic landmarks, such as the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building and Central Park, serves as an exceptional setting for a Fallout game. This bustling city, known for its diverse population, offers an intriguing opportunity for players to engage with various factions, adding depth and complexity to their interactions. One of the standout features that makes New York an ideal location for a Fallout game is its unique neighborhoods. Comprising 5 distinct boroughs, each with its own character, the city presents a tapestry of diversity that can be harnessed to create different factions or settlements within the game. For instance, players could encounter a faction based in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, known for its hipster culture and vibrant artistic community. Alternatively, they might discover a settlement in the Little Italy neighbourhood of the Bronx, renowned for its Italian-American community and delectable cuisine. Moreover, New York's vibrant nightlife can serve as a captivating element in the game world. The city's thriving bar and club scene could be seamlessly integrated, offering players opportunities to embark on quests or locate valuable items within these dynamic social hubs. Additionally, the multitude of restaurants and food trucks across the city could be leveraged to provide players with sustenance and essential resources for survival. Along with all of this, New York has a history of organised crime. This will provide an ideal backdrop for an immersive and captivating gaming experience. The city's notorious past, rife with gangs, corruption and power struggles, would seamlessly blend the post-apocalyptic narrative of the Fallout universe. As players navigate the crumbling ruins of iconic landmarks like Times Square and Central Park, they would encounter factions vying for control over the shattered remnants of the city, reminiscent of the crime families that once ruled the streets. The intricate web of alliances and betrayals combined with the gritty urban landscape would offer a compelling storyline and sense of danger at every turn. Players would have the opportunity to forge alliances or challenge the dominance of rival factions, shaping the destiny of New York and carving out their own path with this ruthless wasteland. With its captivating history of organised crime, New York will provide a perfect canvas for a Fallout game that combines all the allure of the past and the dystopian future of the series. Another factor is New York's distinctive weather patterns. They would further enhance the immersive potential of a Fallout game set in the city. The inclusion of all 4 seasons could introduce diverse weather conditions, adding depth and realism to the player's experience. For example, a winter season with snow and ice that could significantly impact movement and survival, introducing new challenges and strategic elements. Lastly, New York's renowned sports teams provide an additional avenue for immersive gameplay. The inclusion of quests or valuable items related to these teams, such as the Yankees, Mets, Knicks and Rangers, would enable players to engage with the city's sports culture and further enrich their exploration of the game world. Obviously, we already see this with Diamond City in Fallout 4. In conclusion, New York's unique neighbourhoods, vibrant nightlife, diverse weather, prominent sports teams, and a history of organised crime make it an exceptional location for a Fallout game. These elements, skillfully incorporated into the game's narrative and mechanics, will create a captivating and immersive experience for players to delve into and explore. This has been Fallout TV. This is my reason as to why I think New York would be ideal for Fallout. I understand that we learn in Fallout 4 that the city has been completely decimated, but you'd think the same with Fallout 3 and Washington DC, with it being the capital of America. The Fallout series, known for its immersive post-apocalyptic environments, has captivated gamers worldwide with its compelling narratives and vast open worlds. While previous installments have taken place in iconic locations like Washington DC and Las Vegas, envisioning a Fallout game set in Texas opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. In today's video, I'm going to delve into why Texas would make a phenomenal backdrop for a Fallout game. Texas boasts a unique blend of cultures ranging from its deep-rooted Western heritage to an influence of Mexican and Native American traditions. This cultural tapestry can be a wellspring of fascinating factions and characters in a Fallout game. Picture a Texan Ranger faction enforcing law and order with a code of honor, or a raider gang inspired by cowboy outlaws. The Texan spirit of independence and self-reliance would resonate within the franchise themes, and players could navigate a complex web of alliances and rivalries among these diverse groups. Known for the barren deserts of the west and the lush pine forests of the east, the state offers a diverse range of terrains that could provide endless exploration opportunities in a Fallout game. Urban landscapes such as Dallas or Houston could be transformed into sprawling post-apocalyptic metropolises, each with their own distinct challenges and factions vying for control. Meanwhile, the rural expanses of the Texas countryside would offer vast stretches of untamed wilderness hiding secrets and mutated creatures. Texas is renowned for its iconic landmarks, which could be transformed into captivating in-game locations. Imagine a crumbling Alamo fort where survivors have taken refuge amidst the ruins, or the gleaming skyscrapers of downtown Austin, now inhabited by factions battling for control of valuable resources. The fusion of Fallout's distinctive retro-futuristic aesthetic with Texas's iconic structures would create a visually stunning and memorable gaming experience. Another thing that Texas is well known for is its sprawling oil fields and robust agricultural industry. Implementing these into a Fallout game would make it a compelling backdrop. In a post-apocalyptic scenario, control over these valuable resources would become paramount. Players could engage in strategic warfare to secure oil wells or cultivate fertile lands for survival. The scarcity of resources, combined with the state's strong economy, could generate intense conflicts and intricate power dynamics, making every decision impactful. Texas is also steeped in folklore and urban legends, which could be incorporated into the game's narrative. From the legendary Chupacabra lurking in the shadows to the ghostly tales of the haunted ghost towns, the inclusion of mythical and supernatural elements adds depth and intrigue to the Fallout universe. Such encounters could serve as side quests or even contribute to the main storyline, unraveling the mysteries of the wasteland. This would be very similar to Fallout 76 and what they've done right now with cryptids. In conclusion, Texas's rich cultural heritage, diverse landscapes, iconic landmarks, resource abundance, and mythical elements would make it an ideal setting for a Fallout game. By leveraging these elements, the game's developers could create a captivating post-apocalyptic world, offering players an immersive experience like never before. The fusion of Texas's distinct Texan spirit, coupled with the established Fallout formula, would undoubtedly draw both fans of the franchise and newcomers, ensuring a memorable gaming journey through the Lone Star State. As much as I have said that I would think New Orleans is probably going to be the best bet for the next Fallout game, I do think Texas stands a very strong chance, with it being very similar to Fallout New Vegas and how popular and how much everyone enjoyed that game. Let us venture into unexplored territory and envision why Iowa would be an exceptional backdrop for a Fallout game. Before we get started, I just want to thank everyone for the support on the channel at the moment. I obviously hit 1,000 subscribers on Friday last week, and I just want to thank everyone for your continued support, and let's just keep going and pushing from here. Iowa's geography offers a striking contrast between its urban centres, rolling plains, dense forests, and widening rivers. Players would navigate through sprawling cornfields, dilapidated small towns, and the remnants of Iowa's bustling cities, each with its own stories to tell. The range of environments presents an exciting opportunity for both exploration and tactical encounters, as survivors scavenge for resources, encounter mutated creatures, and unravel the mysteries of this post-apocalyptic world. Iowa's historical significance, particularly in agricultural and industrial sectors, can be ingeniously woven into the Fallout narrative. The state's rich farming heritage and its role as a major manufacturing hub could be reflected in the factions vying for control over valuable resources and the struggle to revive the once thriving industries. Exploring abandoned factories, grain silos, and barns-turned strongholds will provide the players with a deeper appreciation for Iowa's past, while unraveling the secret it's buried within. Fallout games are renowned for their intricate faction systems, and Iowa would present a plethora of possibilities. Factions could emerge from the remnants of Iowa's government, agricultural co-ops, or rival survivor groups. The tension between these factions, with their distinct ideologies and goals, would shape the player's choices and interactions, allowing for complex quests and morally ambiguous decisions. I also think as kind of like a throwback, because they were involved in Fallout Brotherhood of Steel when that released, you could have like a raider gang that is based around Slipknot, because they are from Iowa. They're one of the biggest things to come from Iowa, and I think you could have like the raider gang run around in the masks that they've had over the last 20-30 years. You could have them running around in their jumpsuits. You could have them have Clown's baseball bat as like a legendary weapon that you get off the leader. I just think it'd be like a nice throwback and a nice sort of homage to the band and everything that they've done for Des Moines, which is where they're from. And I also think that being able to collect all the masks as well to wear for your own character would actually be a pretty cool idea. Iowa's reputation for community resilience and self-sufficiency could shine in a Fallout game set within its borders. Survivors would band together to form tight-knit communities, constructing makeshift settlements with the ruins of the cities along with the banks of the rivers. Although going off script again, now I think more about it, I'd much rather the camp mechanic from Fallout 76, just being able to sort of set up shop wherever you want and wherever you are. Just a thought, that's all. The struggle to balance resource scarcity and defend against external threats and maintain order would offer a captivating narrative and compelling gameplay dynamics. The city also boasts several iconic landmarks, such as the Field of Dreams, Iowa State Capitol, and the iconic bridges of Madison County. These landmarks, transformed by the post-apocalyptic setting, would serve as memorable locations for quests, battles, and pivotal story moments. Incorporating Iowa's vibrant cultural heritage, including its love for college sports, agricultural fairs, and Midwest hospitality, would infuse the game with an authentic sense of place. While previous Fallout games have immersed players with a variety of intriguing settings, an Iowa-based installment would provide a fresh and captivating experience. The state's diverse landscapes, historical significance, engaging faction dynamics, resilient communities, and cultural references all contribute to a potential and unforgettable post-apocalyptic journey. An Iowa Fallout game would allow players to discover a different side of the Fallout universe, exploring the Heartland's triumphs, challenges, and the indomitable spirit of its people in the face of devastation. And also its little homage to Slipknot. If you couldn't tell, I like Slipknot. Anyway, this isn't a get to know me video, so Florida man has sex with Mirelurk. With its diverse landscape, rich history, and unique culture, Florida presents an ideal setting for a captivating Fallout game. Incorporating elements from all the games before it, a Fallout game set in Florida will provide players with an immersive and thrilling post-apocalyptic experience. Players would navigate through iconic locations like Miami, the Everglades, and the Florida Keys, encountering mutated creatures and battling rival factions amidst the remnants of civilization. You could also include a character that's based around the Florida Man, or a cult following around Florida Man, because it's heavily memed on, and I think that they would incorporate this sort of thing into the game. It could be something along the lines of Florida Man has sex with Mirelurk. I don't know why it would be that, but it sounds like the sort of thing that a Florida man would do. Building upon the success of Fallout 4's Far Harbor and Nuka World expansions, Fallout 5 would feature a similar fast travel system. What I mean by this is how when you went to Far Harbor, you had to go there on a boat, and to go to Nuka World you had to go on like a train tramline system. So as you're going to travel from sort of city to city, to unlock the fast travel to that city, you need another mode of transport to get there initially. So then in turn it would allow you to get there quicker, so if you've got something to do in Orlando that requires you to end up in Miami somewhere, you've got that freedom to travel to and from freely. The inclusion of Fallout 76's camp system in Fallout 5 would enable players to set up camp and establish settlements anywhere in the game world. By providing the freedom to create and customize their own bases, players could shape the post-apocalyptic Florida to their liking, fostering a sense of ownership and strategic planning. Incorporating another element from Fallout 76 would be the weapons and armor crafting. So then this would allow players the ability to add legendary effects to their gear. This feature would allow players to modify their weapons and armor with unique attributes, enhancing their capabilities and providing exciting gameplay possibilities. So another thing you could do with this is be able to pick what legendary you want, or you could have it at complete random. To deepen the player's connection within the game world, Fallout 5 would introduce an improved companion system similar to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Players could now have up to 2 companions accompanying them on their journey, each with distinct personalities, backstories, and unique skills. This edition would offer compelling character interactions and provide additional tactical options in combat. Another thing I'd like to see in Fallout 5 is a brand new perk system, drawing inspiration from Fallout 4, because in my opinion I feel like Fallout 4 had the best perk system to offer throughout all of the games we've had so far. I'm really not a fan of the Fallout 76 card perk system, because you only get a certain amount, whereas with Fallout 4 you've got the freedom to pick whatever you want and level up whatever you want whenever you want. And then when it comes to 3 in New Vegas, it was kind of like they give you this perk system that you unlocked all this good stuff in one go, and then you can only pick one, and then you'd level up again, and then you'd unlock another load of good stuff, and then you sort of stuck with what you want to pick. But in doing so, in changing the perk system, players could tailor their character's progression to suit their preferred playstyle, making each playthrough unique and engaging. To conclude, a Fallout game set in Florida would offer players an unforgettable post-apocalyptic adventure, incorporating elements from all the Fallout games before it, would deliver an immersive and engaging experience that would last until about 2050 when Fallout 6 releases. But in all seriousness, I do think Florida would make a pretty good Fallout game. I know we have the Miami mod, but I think that Bethesda could add on to that and turn it into the entire state. Arizona holds immense potential for a setting for Fallout 5, with numerous elements that tie into the established Fallout universe. In today's video, I'm going to try and explain to you why I think Arizona would make a great setting for Fallout 5. The proximity of Arizona to the Mojave Wasteland is a significant advantage for Fallout 5. This location would allow the game to seamlessly reference and build upon the lore established with Fallout New Vegas. Players could revisit iconic locations like the New Vegas Strip or the Hoover Dam, witnessing how they've evolved or fallen into disrepair. The various factions from New Vegas, such as the New California Republic or the Brotherhood of Steel, could extend their influence into Arizona, creating new alliances or conflicts that reflect the ongoing power struggles from the previous game. Could probably also show you the downfall of the entirety of Caesar's Legion, as long as the canon is with the NCR winning the Battle of Hoover Dam. The fall of Caesar's Legion after the events of New Vegas would reshape Arizona's political landscape. The region could become a contested territory as various factions vie for control. The power vacuum left behind by Legion's downfall might lead to both opportunities and dangers as different groups attempt to establish dominance, negotiate new alliances, or seek revenge against former Legion territories. But at the same time, the dissolution of Caesar's Legion could trigger the emergence of new factions in Arizona. These factions might be inspired by the ideals of democracy, liberty, or survival. Existing factions like the NCR or the Brotherhood of Steel might adapt their strategies and goals to capitalize on changing the dynamics, leading to intricate political maneuvering and potential conflicts. The desert environment of Arizona presents its own set of survival challenges. Water scarcity could become a central concern, but I wouldn't push on it too much because we've already seen that in Fallout and Fallout 3. But the extreme temperatures could affect gameplay, requiring the player to manage their character's exposure and seek shelter during intense weather events, whether that be sandstorms, radstorms, normal storms, just any kind of extreme weather really. I mean, we could end up with a rad tornado or something. I don't know, it's possible. Whilst we're on the subject of the environment, why not bring the Grand Canyon into it? The Grand Canyon's dramatic landscape offers an ideal backdrop for a post-apocalyptic setting. The immense chasm could harbour settlements built into its cliffs or hidden deep within its depths, creating a sense of verticality and exploration. A faction could be dedicated to controlling the resources and strategic advantages offered by the Grand Canyon, such as access to clean water sources, natural defences, or ancient technological relics. Leveraging Arizona's real-world history of nuclear testing, Fallout 5 could incorporate these sites as focal points in the game's narrative. Players might stumble upon buried caches of pre-war technology, radioactive anomalies, or experimental weapons. The remnants of past tests could introduce new hazards or mutated creatures, reflecting the unpredictable nature of radiation in the Fallout world. Probably also introduce the Children of Atom into this game, whereas they were first introduced in Fallout 3. They could probably introduce it so they were there the entire time, they were just hiding underground waiting for all of the conflict to stop, which we learn about from Raul. Obviously we know Raul was a cool companion from New Vegas, so he could have some sort of role or impact in the next game. I don't see why that'd be an issue. I think the only issue you would have is if you're going to get Danny Trejo to play him again, or if you're going to get someone else in. But now going back to the mutated wildlife, Arizona's diverse wildlife could undergo drastic mutations due to radiation. This would result in formidable adversaries for players. From gigantic scorpions to mutated birds of prey, encountering these new creatures would add an element of surprise and danger to exploration. Arizona's historical landmarks like Route 66, along with Native American mythology, could provide a rich tapestry of lore for players to uncover. Ruins of pre-war cities, hidden enclaves and ancient petroglyphs could offer glimpses into the region's past and the events that transpired following the Great War. We could also look into Arizona's history of Native American cultures, Spanish colonization, and the Western expansion to enrich Fallout 5's world building. Settlements could reflect a blend of these influences, resulting in unique architecture, traditions, and conflicts. Players might encounter quests that delve into the complexities of cultural integration and appropriation in a post-apocalyptic context. After recording all of this, I feel like this would probably make better for Fallout New Vegas 2, but I'm still going to go with Fallout 5. Incorporating these detailed elements would make Fallout 5's Arizona setting an immersive and engaging experience, bringing together the best of the established Fallout universe while introducing fresh narrative opportunities, challenges, and discoveries. Players would be treated to a captivating world that invites them to explore, interact, and make their own mark on the post-apocalyptic wasteland. But now it's time for me to ask that question again. Where do you want to see Fallout 5 set? Don't forget, I've made a bunch of these videos already. They're in a playlist. I'll link it in the description down below. I'll also add it on as an end screen. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned into Fallout TV for more, and I will see you all in another video some point this week. Thank you, love you all, goodbye.